Hey everyone, this is Lazy Locks. This is a quick review of my customized Priority Bicycles Ace of Spades, coming from someone who is a bit more on the extreme spectrum of cycling. For a more in-depth review of this bike and stock configuration, I will leave a link in the description below to Kevcentral's video on YouTube. He does a great job reviewing bikes in general, so check out his channel. I decided to get this bike for two reasons. First, I wanted a bike I could ride long rides with that would be better on my knees. I normally ride 29-inch BMX bikes, and I have pretty bad knees. I do single-day rides that are 100-plus miles in San Diego, which has lots of hills. Although I prefer riding BMX-style bikes, they put a lot of strain on my knees. I was hoping the frame geometry of this bike would help as the cranks are further back and the seat tube is at less of an angle. And I'm happy to say that yes, this has definitely made a difference. My knees are much happier with long rides on this bike compared to my SE Monster Quad or Big Ripper. That is even with the harder gear ratio on this bike. The second reason is I'm a big proponent of belt-driven bicycles. I think they are superior to chain-driven bikes in almost every way. I will leave a link to another YouTube video below that goes into more depth in the pros and cons of belt-driven bikes. Priority Bicycles is unique in that they only offer belt-driven bikes. They are based out of New York, and the people who run the company and design the bikes are avid cyclists. Their bikes are high quality and are not overpriced. This is my first Priority bike, but I also have one of their 600X touring bikes on order. Shout out to Ryan Van Duzer as he helped Priority with the development and testing of the 600X. I can't wait to get mine. So, here's what I changed on my Ace of Spades and why. I replaced the handlebars with some box racing BMX bars with an 8.5-inch height. This required me to replace the brake cabling with slightly longer cables. Sitting more upright puts less strain on my wrist, hands, shoulders, and neck. I may replace the stem at some point, but so far the stock one is holding up pretty well. I nicknamed this bike the Tweaker because it looks very similar to the style of bike I see meth addicts riding around on. Who knew they had the right idea all along? Having an upright seating position is much more comfortable for cruising and long rides. I replaced the grips with ODI lock-on grips. These are very comfortable and easy to take on and off the bike. Since I ride a lot, I tend to wear out the grips pretty fast. I replaced the stock MTB thick slick tires and tubes with the Continental Contact Plus travel tires and Thorn resistant tubes. I replaced the stock pedals with some aluminum Rock Bros pedals with sealed bearings. I wear out loose bearing pedals pretty quick, and these are a cheap upgrade. I replaced the rear brake pads with black Cool Stop BMX brake pads. The stock rear pads actually have stronger braking power than the Cool Stops. However, I like the modulation I get from Cool Stops for wheelies. I left the front brake pads alone, and they provide most of the needing braking power anyway. I have now ridden over 400 miles on this bike in little under 2 months. I have done a single day ride of over 100 miles and multiple 40-plus mile rides with my Ace of Spades bike. So at this point, I feel like I can give a good assessment. Besides adjusting the brake cables, I have done absolutely no maintenance on this bike. The belt drive and cranks have been absolutely flawless. I do not baby this bike either. I do bunny hops, endos, practice wheelies, and push it up very steep hills that I have to really pull on the handlebars and push. This puts incredible torque on the drivetrain, stem, and frame. I'm very happy with the performance and build of this bike. So, there is my quick review and thoughts on my Priority Ace of Spades bicycle. This bike has been amazing and I would recommend it to anybody. If you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comments section below.